The world's largest art show opens this week in the United Kingdom, but you don't have to go to a museum to see it. Charlie D'Agata shows us why it will be hard to miss.
We're in the heart of central London, and this bus stop would normally be advertising things like burger chains and banks, but not today. The art of advertising has taken a backseat to works of art from people like Hockney, Turner, and Damien Hirst, the best and brightest of the British art world. The title pretty much says it all: art everywhere. For the next 2 weeks, British masterpieces will be plastered across billboards, subway stations, bus stops, and the sides of buses.
It's all about flooding our streets with art this summer and turning the UK into the world's largest art gallery.
The grand vision is the brainchild of British entrepreneur Richard Reed, who was walking through a rough neighborhood when something caught his eye.
One day, somebody had put up a beautiful bit of art on a public wall, and I stopped and noticed it and fell in love with it, and I didn't know why it was there, and I didn't know actually what the piece of art was, but it just gave me a lift as I walked down this road on my commute to work.
First, he had to convince advertising companies to give up a few prime ad spaces.
We wanted to flood the streets with art.
Yeah, we're not talking about 10 or 20 or 50 or 1,000.
We're talking 22,000 across the country. You know what, you're going to be on your way into work, on the bus, on the tube, driving in, and you'll just see something that hopefully will just give you a little lift, a little smile, a little moment.
The 57 works of art were voted for by the British public, selected from a shortlist drawn up with the help of London's Tate Galleries. The top choice was The Lady of Shalott by John William Waterhouse, inspired by the poem by Alfred Tennyson. We asked the Tate's Mark Sands whether critics might see taking art out of the galleries and onto the street as cheapening it in a way.
Yes, there will be some naysayers who think that, and there'll be some people who think this is an inappropriate way to view art. I could not disagree with them more. And I couldn't that nothing compares to seeing the real thing. And we're talking today in one of the world's great art galleries. Everything you see here, you can see online. Nothing beats the real thing.
Posting artworks in 22,000 locations meant launching the biggest single-shot rollout British advertising companies had ever seen. And are you selling art?
I think, yeah, you could argue what is this? This is actually an ad campaign for the beauty of art. But that's fine with me. It's just about getting people to exposed to it, to see it.
And after conquering Britain, organizers are now hoping to go global, starting with the United States. Have you made steps in those directions yet? Have you started putting feelers out as to whether or not you could pull this off in the United States?
It's starting right here.
This is day one.
This is day one, baby. It's a CBS special. I'm talking to your viewers. We need help. We need people that are in the US that want to make those phone calls and start getting together a team.
So there you go, coming to a billboard or bus stop near you. Now, it didn't come cheap. Advertising companies say they lost something like $5 million in revenue. But printing up the posters and putting them up everywhere, that all came from donations. Art everywhere, paid for by art lovers everywhere. For CBS This Morning, I'm Charlie D'Agata in London.
What a great idea. Art everywhere.
Art everywhere. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Not only do you enjoy it wherever you are, but it also may cause some people to go to the museums and see the rest of the work and that kind of thing, and see the real thing.
Of which there are very many great museums here in New York, in Washington, and across
Hope
this
it comes
country.
to New York. Art everywhere.